These pictures are from a trip in 7th grade. Yeah, 7th grade was a crazy year. Lost one of my close friends, got brutally burned. Struggled academically due to missing a ton of school with all of the things, but also learned a lot about myself this year. The day I got burned, I was hanging out at this rec center with some of my buddies and his family, and we had just been hanging out at the pool, going down water slides, not thinking anything was gonna happen that day. It wasn't until his little brother locked us in a steam room, and I was being dramatic, and I don't know what I was trying to accomplish with it, but I fell back onto the wall, landed right on this metal vent that was shooting out this very hot steam, and it just scalded my back and my arm. In that moment, it kind of just felt like an electric shock, and I didn't think I'd actually gotten burned or anything. I wasn't sure what I had touched. I knew it hurt really bad. I remember being doubled over on the ride home, clenching a towel that I had used to dry myself off because it just hurt way too bad. So my mom called our neighbor, who was a doctor, to come over, and she came and examined my burns. And I remember when she pulled my parents aside, that was when I knew it was more severe than I had thought. The next day, we got an appointment at a burn clinic at the hospital, and we went there. I had to lay down on the surgical table, my back up in the air, my arm over, and they had to start debriding my wound, which was a very traumatic experience. My burns were 2nd degree, verging onto 3rd degree burns, but they weren't fully 3rd degree because there wasn't nerve damage. I could still feel things, but because of that, they couldn't really numb the area. So as they were debriding it, I could feel everything that was happening. I could feel all the pain. I could feel the scalpel going into my skin. It was a horrible feeling. I could just remember the warm, oozing stuff coming out of the blisters and dripping down my body, and yeah. Just left feeling raw and exposed with this new flesh that was beneath it. And that by far wasn't even the worst part of this experience. It had to be changing the dressings every time. My skin was trying to regrow and heal, but it would grow over the bandages that were pressed so tightly against it. So I'd have to get into the shower with my dad, and we'd apply this soap and slowly peel it off, and it was just horrible. It would start bleeding more because it would just rip the freshly healed skin right back off. And I'd let out screams, but I'd always played music to keep me distracted a little bit, and now I can't even listen to those songs anymore. During the healing process, it taught me how to be very resilient, seeing my body get put through so much and watching it slowly heal itself. And sometimes it felt like I was taking steps backwards, like taking off the bandaging, ripping off that fresh layer of skin again, but then watching it regrow and heal a little more each time. Both physically and emotionally definitely taught me to have thicker skin, obviously in a literal sense, but also I had to put up these walls in my mind and just push through these moments that were excruciatingly difficult just because I knew it would be better in the end. This fall I'm planning on majoring in physics, and I think my passion for physics definitely has some derivation from this burn experience. I remember specifically one unit, we were studying heat waves and how heat can penetrate through certain surfaces, and it got me thinking a lot about how touching that hot surface for less than a second did so much damage to my body. And I don't know, I found it very interesting, and it definitely reminded me of that experience. But yeah, I plan after I finish studying physics, I want to go into the biomedical engineering field and study medicine. I was also very fascinated about how the whole healing process worked and watching my body recover. I want to help other people do the same thing. Throughout my childhood, I had all these crazy experiences, getting crazy burns like that, losing the lives of a lot of friends, teachers, family, just having a lot happen. I hold these experiences very close to heart and helped me become who I am going to be in the future.